Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you some gift ideas for Christmas. This is going to be a combination of certain things that I recommend and also things that I have actually purchased for my children. I am surrounded by boxes and toys right now. There's a lot to get through, but the general sort of thread that links all the things I've chosen together is a more eco-conscious ethos behind these toys. Some of them have got plastic, some of them are more green than others, but in general I have tried the best I can to keep it on the more environmental side of things, but however there are some exceptions to that rule. Now, if you hear weird noises like that, that is my little dachshund puppy. There we go. She's running around on the floor, so excuse the pitter-patter of little paws. So without further ado, here I go. There are going to be some smaller items in here as well, which are quite handy for stocking stuffers, or if you're a grandparent or an auntie or an uncle or godparent, these might be also useful for you. So I'm going to just jump in because there's so much to get through and I hope this gives you some inspiration. Make sure you give this channel a thumbs up and subscribe, and if you want to support the channel, please do consider becoming a patron over on patreon.com/Becky. And start with Duplo. So Duplo is a great toy. My 3-year-old has really got into Duplo at the moment, and it's something that he's often gifted. It's also a great second-hand one to pick up. So we have a really fun Christmas set from last year. This is still available with the Santa and the reindeer, and it's really, really good fun. This year I have actually purchased some second-hand Duplo, and we got the Peter Pan set off Vinted, which is a brilliant website. It was really good condition and it's just loose at the moment in a box, so I'm going to rewrap that. And you wouldn't really be able to tell that it's second-hand, except for it's missing like 2 little pieces, which aren't that big deal. I also did pick up some new Duplo, which I feel a little bit guilty about actually, but I just knew that Toby would love it so much, and I fully intend to resell and share and pass on this Duplo. So I'll quickly grab that set for you. So we did actually get the Duplo Santa's gingerbread house. Cannot resist this. I just know he's so obsessed with Santa that he will love that. So between the 2 boys, they have a set each, one's second hand and one's new, and it's, you know, they're kind of going to share it all anyway. So another toy that's really great to build on is railway tracks, and we have a big grubby bag of railway in here, and this is just mainly big jigs and what's it, brio, big jigs and brio. So it comes with all the wooden tracks that you've got together, and what we've been doing is asking for trains and things like that as Christmas presents. This one is really fantastic. It's super strong actually, so it can pull loads of different trailers and things like that. And there's cute little add-ons like bells. Again, Duplo. Let me turn that off. Again, railway tracks like that, like big jigs and brio, have great resale value. You can pick up so much of this stuff secondhand, and I highly recommend you do. If you go onto websites like Vinted, you'll find huge amount, or eBay, huge amount of railway accessories, trains and tracks for pretty affordable prices. A really nice gift that I actually got Toby this year, and I ended up giving it to him early because we've just had such a bad week with my oldest in hospital, and I just wanted something to distract him. So this was actually going to be a present, but he ended up getting it early. But it's this really fun brio, what is it, big jigs? Oh, it's big jigs, reindeer with a Santa sleigh, and it sort of clicks on there magnetically and pulls along the train track. Now this has actually gone to bed with Toby every night. He loves it, and it would make a fantastic stocking stuffer. It actually comes with a little section, about a hand's length section of railway track as well, and a little stop sign. So it's a really nice gift for a child if you're like an auntie or something, but it would also make a great stocking stuffer. Another brilliant gift for Christmas are games. And this year we have got this fantastic Hubba building site. Hubba is a brilliant place to start for games for children and toddlers. They have a huge array of amazing, fun, beautiful toys that are also using a lot of paper and wood as opposed to plastic. This actually does have a little plastic car in it, but apart from that, everything is really eco-friendly. Last year we got the Orchard game, which was so much fun. Highly recommend that for any age over like 2 maybe. And this one is another 2+ game, and it does look really fun. And I know the boys will love it because it contains a little dump truck. So anything by Harbour, highly recommend. Such a good company to invest in for games, and also have a really good resale value as well. Another thing that I love to collect at Christmas time is spinning tops. Now, spinning tops are so fun, and these ones are all by the gorgeous brand Madar. So they're handmade in Germany. They're beautiful quality, all wooden, chunky. And if you've got babies, the really best place to start these roly-polies, you might be able to see that in the video. So basically you just tip them and they sort of turn back upright. And then the next one on from that is this sombrero hat style one. So this is actually a rattle, but it also is really easy as a spinning top because it contains this chunky handle, and it's perfect for sort of like a toddler age when they're just starting to learn how to use the spinning top. The next one on from that is this one, which is actually called My First Spinning Top. It's actually quite large size, but it also has a string, and it is an amazing spinning top. It's actually quite tricky to use. I mean, a toddler might struggle with this a little bit. My 3-year-old needs help doing this one, but it is so satisfying, so fun. Highly recommend those ones. And then of course they have all these like small ones as well, which are, you're gonna have a little bit more dexterity to do. And I also got this sweet little apple. So we always try and add a couple of spinning tops into the boys' stockings at Christmas time, just because they're a beautiful thing to collect, and they're so much fun. And I think they're the kind of thing that they can collect as they get older. So I do think they have quite long-term value as well. Now for the younger child, like the sort of toddler, even baby, a block set is really worth getting. My 3-year-old is still absolutely obsessed with blocks, and I actually found a really great sort of first block set, which I highly recommend. I was actually gifted this, but it was one that I was going to purchase, so I was very pleased when I got it for free. And it's the Love Every block set. Now this is by far the best block set I have got, and I've had a few of them. And the reason for that is that this one has been really thought through, and it has so many play possibilities that's really incredible. So the first thing is that it can be used as a posting box. So obviously it contains all these different shapes and wood that you can post. So for a baby, that's a great toy. As they get older, you can lift off the lid. It also contains another wooden piece that can be used as a ramp. And there are things, for example, there's these circles that you can use to roll down the ramp. You can flip this on its side and use it as a little house, which we do all the time. There's also magnetic rods that can be fitted through this container, and there's magnetic wheels as well that you can then put on, and there's obviously 4 wheels. And there's also there's this also this let's flip it over this way, little pulley that you can pop in, and then you get this really fun, oops, that's not meant to fall out, this really fun trolley for the children to play with. And then also, this is also a really simple threading tool, so you can also do threading. And then, if you're just looking at building blocks and that kind of thing, there's a huge variety of different types of blocks. There's classic ones here, which would be great for, you know, just stacking as a baby, but also building as they get older. There's these really useful sort of flat, long ones, and just tons and tons. And there's also people. So there's a selection of little people as well. And then it comes with this is how many blocks you get, by the way. And then it comes with this bag that you can put all your blocks in. And it also comes with a really useful brochure that shows you all the different ways that you can play with the blocks, and it is incredible. So this is definitely a gift that I will be giving to any new babies or first birthdays from now on, because it is truly fantastic. I'm really into this, and I think it's so clever. So highly recommend the Love Every block set. Such a good present. This was going to be a present for my youngest son, but like I said, we ended up getting it for free, which was insanely amazing. But definitely something I would have bought and I will buy in the future as presents, because it is amazing. And if you've got like a little kid that loves wheels, then they will love this, because the ability of making this into a cart is just so fascinating for children who love wheels. So yeah, it's amazing. So on the theme of wheels, I do have a few recommendations. So for the slightly younger toddler, I really like this company, Green Toys. They have these really chunky vehicles, helicopters, all made with recycled plastic. They are so hard wearing. This fire truck has been through so much with us. It has been out in the garden, in the sandbox all summer long, and it's come back inside now. And then we've got this helicopter more recently. And this one actually does come with a little person as well to drive it, but I don't know where that's gone. But these are so great. The quality is so fantastic. Highly recommend these, this brand, Green Toys. We also have a submarine for the bath, and we love that as well. I've had that for years. So they really hold up well. And again, you could sell these on or re-gift them when you're done with them. So 10 out of 10 for this company, and great for that younger age group that want chunky vehicles that they can roll along. So importantly, they're actually not that expensive. The equivalent of that in a wooden toy is really expensive, which is fine if that's in your budget. But if it's not, or if you're a grandparent, or you want to gift to another child, those are fantastic because they are so affordable. I think like maybe £20, even less for some of them. And the quality is top notch. Now, if you have a farm crazy child, I would highly recommend Britain's Toys. Now, Britain's is quite a big deal here in the UK, and I'm not sure you can get this in the US, but you might be able to. And this is like a whole world of farm vehicles, basically. It's amazing. You can buy like really incredible 1 to 32 scale farms, especially from the company Brushwood Toys here in the UK. They make like insanely perfect farm replicas, and then these vehicles fit in perfectly. So Britain's Toys do use a lot of metal, so a lot of them are die cast. There are some plastic parts, but the quality is very good. These are a bit like investing in a doll's house, but for a child that likes farming. They are so amazing, and if you just Google Britain's Toys, you'll understand where I'm coming from, because there is every tractor, every vehicle, every digger. There's silage bales, there's animals, there's milking parlours. It is amazing. So obviously I'm a farmer, and my youngest son in particular is obsessed with farming, and he loves vehicles. So we are now investing in the Britain's Toys for him, because he's starting to get to that point where he's probably got another few years on the sort of chunky cars like this, but we are starting to think more long term, and we just think the Britain's Toys are going to be a really great investment. I actually know children quite old, like 16, that still play with these, so they are a really good investment. They're a real collector's item, and they have a huge resale value. It's actually quite hard to get these secondhand because they are so popular. And they're the sort of thing as well that my husband has some Britain's Toys from when he was young that we can also reuse. So they are a really good investment piece, and something I never see shouted out here on YouTube at all. But they are really popular in the farming community, and they are really good value and just like really nicely made. So highly recommend those if you have a farming crazy child, and especially teamed with some Tractor Ted themed things. We love Tractor Ted as well, and we have some sticker books. I got a memory game as well for their stockings, so check that out as well. I'll try and remember to link that in the notes below. Okay, so if you've got slightly younger children, like I do, I highly recommend Play-Doh kits as well. We have a few Play-Doh kits this year that I'm really excited to give to the kids. The main one is this Organised Chaos with Kids Express Play Kit. I'll give you a quick, I don't really want to open this up, but it's got, let's see if I can get out a few items. Basically, this one's inspired by the Polar Express. It's beautifully wrapped. It's got like a train track. It's got 2 big tins of Play-Doh. It's got a bell. It's got a mountain. It's got Play-Doh tools, and it's also got a little choo-choo train and little rocks and things like that to add into the play scene. So this is a present, so I'm not going to open it up if that's okay. But that's one of our play kits that we have. And because my children are still in the Play-Doh years, things like that are such great ideas to buy, because the Play-Doh just lasts for absolutely ages. They get so much extended play out of it, open-ended play, really so much fun. We also got this really cute snowman kit as well. So this is white Play-Doh, and it comes with a little cone for the nose and a scarf and little eyes. And so many cute ideas for Play-Doh kits. You could actually make your own quite easily. And if you're in the US, there are tons of Play-Doh kits available. Organised Chaos with Children have got a few kits available, so I will link them below. And there are a few other brands as well that I'll try and remember and link below. But Play-Doh kits are so much fun, and those are so much better than the traditional plasticky Play-Doh kits. We have had one of those in the past, and it was really fun and we still use it, but I much prefer the ones that are more eco-conscious, and there's much less plastic in those. So definitely shop around for smaller brands, sort of indie brands that make their own Play-Doh kits. Just a much better investment. Now, if your children are older, you can look for craft kits. So I truly think, like, when my children get older, I will be looking at things like forest school inspired kits, like whittling knives, camping sets, that kind of thing. So if your children are a little bit above Play-Doh, you could just go down that route. I also highly recommend subscriptions for Christmas. Personally, I feel like Christmas can get very overwhelming because there's just so many presents coming into the house all at one go, from relatives, from myself, from Santa, and it gets very, very intense. A subscription is so good because it comes like in drips and drabs, and you could order it so that you have something for under the tree, and then as the boxes come, you obviously do the activities. Now, my absolute favorite subscription box is Mud and Bloom. This is one that we've actually opened up, we're doing at the moment. But they come with seeds and soil and activities, and it's just so good. I cannot recommend that company enough. And if you're in the US, there should be loads of different versions of that available. A subscription box that I really love is Little Hands Learning. These boxes are inspired by certain books. In this case, it's Pick a Pine Tree by Patricia Tott, which is a great book. And then there's loads of activities based around the book. There's cookie cutters in here, wreath making things, sensory rice, just an absolute ton. So a beautiful gift for Christmas Day or for pre-Christmas. I have actually asked for one of these boxes for Christmas, and I really hope we get it. I'll be so disappointed if we don't. And if we don't, I'll definitely be buying it for the boys because they are such good quality. And I love the fact that you're working through the box. You're making all the things, you're not left with loads of stuff at the end, and just a nice book to read again and again each year. So I've got a couple more things to show you. One of them is this gorgeous Glockenspiel by the brand Fluris. This is made in Sweden, and I really think that beautiful instruments are well worth investing in. This one is a simple Glockenspiel for, you know, this sort of younger child. And it's got such a beautiful tone to it. It's really well made, and you can really hear the difference in it. So this works as an instrument for children. It's not just a play toy, it's actually something that they can learn to play beautiful music with. And it comes with two sticks. I actually can't find them right now, but there's one with a softer felt circle at the top, so it gives a really soft tone, and there's one with a harder rubber tip to it, which gives a slightly harder sound. So beautiful, this thing, it's gorgeous. You can get this in lots of different sizes, so as your child gets bigger, they can learn to play a slightly larger one. Other instruments that would be really fun would be like a really nice recorder. There's a accordion that we got last year, which was so much fun. My children went mad for that. A good quality guitar, we have one of those as well. It's, again, such a nice instrument. Even like a small violin or something would be a really nice gift for a child. This was purchased through Conscious Craft. Bella Luna Toys in the US also have a great selection of Waldorf inspired instruments, so I'll link all those below. And also I did find a really fun, I think it was like an African or a world instrument set, and it had some incredible like hand instruments that looked so much fun. I have definitely spent my budget for Christmas, so I'm not going to get it this year, but I will link it below because it did look amazing. And you can find other versions of that as well if you just search for like world instruments for toddlers or children. I would have loved something like that as a child. I think it's just so much fun. And if you've got older children, you could wrap each one individually and stuff it into a stocking. So much fun to learn about different cultures that way, and you could Google certain instruments and see how they're played within that culture. So many ideas for instruments. Don't underestimate that as a really great gift for kids. Always such a winner in our household. So next up is this beautiful semicircle set by the company Grimm's. This is all made in Germany, so beautiful, and this obviously works with the Grimm's classic rainbow, which we have. We've had the rainbow for quite a long time. Actually, Rupert, my oldest son, got it probably for his first birthday, so we've had it for about 5 years. It's definitely not our most played with toy, and I think a lot of people get the rainbow quite early on and their children show no interest in it. Could be wrong, but I have a feeling it's one of those overhyped toys, dare I say. I'm going to say in its defense that actually once your child turns 3, or at least in my case, I do feel like it gets played with more often and requested for more often. So if you have a rainbow and it's not played with yet, stick with it, and hopefully your child will find some uses for it. Now, I thought this was going to be a really good idea by getting semicircles. So these go along with the rainbow, and you can use them to stack alongside the rainbow, and it really extends its play. And in our case, it's going to add in some beautiful colours because we have the neutral coloured, the wood coloured rainbow. So the Grimm's rainbow would make a really good gift, but at the same time, I would love to know your opinions on it. So if you have a rainbow from Grimm's, do your children play with it? Let me know in the comments below. Like I said, my son does play with it, but it's not his most reached for toy, and I do think it is slightly overhyped. However, I saw these on Instagram, and thank you to the lovely seller who sold them to me. I do believe she's a viewer, so hi. And I'm excited for this to extend our rainbow, and hopefully we'll get more play out of it. So last but not least are some dress up toys. Now, my children are still very much in the age group for dressing up. They love it. And there are some really beautiful eco-conscious companies out there that do really lovely dress up toys. So this one here is a firefighter play set from the company Plan Toys. It comes with some really sweet wooden accessories, red tabard and a hat. And then from Conscious Craft, we got this brilliant Robin Hood outfit. So there's a little felt hat with a feather, which Teasel is very interested in. There's also a tabard, or like a little tunic, I guess. And then as part of it, so obviously bought this separately, I also got some bows and arrows. I think this is from the company by Jennifer or something like that. Jennifer's Treasures, maybe. I'll link it below anyway. It's really lovely soft wood, and you can really, it feels good in the hand, if that makes sense. So I got this one. I think this is the smaller size. There is a larger size too. And it also comes with 3 felt and wooden arrows, so they're nice and safe to use. No one's going to get hurt or impaled by an arrow. So that is actually quite an amazing present, I think. Just even that was my first thing I bought for Christmas, actually, was the Robin Hood set and the bow and arrow for one of the kids. And obviously they're going to share everything that I buy, so I'm not sure who's getting what yet, but I will figure it out closer to the date. So I also have some really beautiful books for the children this year. This is only a few of the books that I purchased. I buy a lot of books secondhand, so I actually have a massive secondhand bundle of books. But these are some of the newer ones that I thought would just make gorgeous gifts. So first up, for my tractor crazy child, I saw this cute book. It's called Farm Make Tracks. It's by Johnny Dorinda, I think. And it contains this little counter that you can push around. So when you turn the page, there is a tractor, it tells you all about it, and then there's this maze and you push the counter along, and I just think this is really clever. So there's that one, and there's the little counter. So I saw that and I just thought, wow, that's really different, and I think you'll really enjoy that. Next up is Slow Down and Be Here Now by Laura Brand and Freya Hartus. So I have the original one of these, which is called Slow Down, and it contains loads of beautiful nature stories that are illustrated. And this is the second book in the series, which contains more nature stories, and they're all illustrated. And this would make a great gift for so many different ages. It's so interesting. Even for me, I find this fascinating. So lots and lots of beautiful things to discover in this book. I also picked up Martha Maps It Out by Leigh Hodgkinson. This is quite a new release and I thought it was really interesting. I've never seen a picture book about maps before. And I think my eldest son will love this. Then I found something amazing, and I have to apologise in advance because I do think I may have bought the last second-hand copy of this, but it might come back in stock, I hope it does. And it's the Bernadette Watts Stories and Fairy Tales collection, and it's amazing. So quite big, as you can see, beautiful, beautifully bound, and it contains lots of gorgeous folk and fairy tales. So obviously there's the Ugly Duckling, and it's absolutely massive. Very, very excited by this. Like I said, this was secondhand, but actually the quality of it is fantastic. And yeah, I'm really happy with that. And finally, a bit of a random one, but one I know that my eldest son will love because he loves search and find books. And it's the Mouse Mansion Big Book of Look and Find. I have only just come across the Mouse Mansion, but it sounds really cool. So the Mouse Mansion is an actual doll's house that was created by an artist, and it's so intricate, it's absolutely amazing. And this search and find book contains scenes from this doll's house, and it's so cute. And if you've got children who love the Malik mice, I think they would really enjoy this as well, because there's so much sort of inspiration in this to create little worlds with mice. There are also kits that go along with this whole idea of the Mouse Mansion, so look it up if it sort of tickles your interest. I thought it was really cute and interesting, and I think both my children will really love that because they love small worlds and mice and such and find, so I think that's like a magical combination. So that is it for all the Christmas gifts for this year. There obviously are a few other things like some stocking fillers and stuff like that, which I just don't have time to pull out and film. I'm also really conscious that one of my children is actually, he's not well today, but he's in his bedroom, and I don't want him to walk in on the Christmas things, which is why I am talking so fast in this video. But I really wanted to film this for you, and I know there were so many requests for this video. So apologies if this was speedy and not very well articulated, but hopefully it's still giving you inspiration. And yeah, definitely let me know in the comments below what your favourite gifts are this year that you've purchased for your children or grandchildren or family. I'd be really interested to know. And if you have any recommendations from the country that you live in for Play-Doh kits or subscription boxes, again, leave those in the comments below because I think they'll be useful for everybody else watching this video. And yeah, that's it. Have an amazing Christmas. This will be the last video before Christmas. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in the new year with more content. I'm so excited today to go and get a Christmas tree, to decorate the house and start getting into the festive spirit, and also start wrapping all these presents. Not looking forward to that so much. But thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye.